Hey everybody, I thought I'd do an update on the garden here and show you what's been going on. I haven't done an update in a while. I think the last one I did I was still planting, but we got all sorts of things popping up now. I also got tons of wood chips and I've been getting those out in the garden. But see, we got some, basically we got back there, there's 1, 2, there's 3, here's 4, and there's 5 loads, and then back there there's 6, 7, and then up there there's 8. So we got 8 loads of wood chips so far. The idea is eventually we're going to have a nice mound of chips all the way around the perimeter. It'll be a double row here from there up to the edge. Right here we've got peas are all coming up. Next to it we have some spinach. And some of the spinach here is getting larger. Actually, some of it can probably get picked for salad. It's not too bad. Let's see what that is. Radishes are doing good. I've been eating out of, let's see if you can see it there. Right there's, oop, look at that, my was focused on my finger, but anyway, up there's the raised bed garden. We'll take a look at that too. Let's see here. Things that I planted here a long time ago. I don't think everything popped up, and we got something funky going on with some of the radishes right here. I don't know what's going on with the soil right there, but it's not agreeing with the radishes. But that's the first row that I started, if you recall. That's newspaper with compost over it, just only about 1 inch or 2. Here we got peas, 2 rows of peas, and the wood chips. I have, look at that, you go down about 1 inch and it starts to get wet. But I've got probably about 3 inches of wood chips there, maybe 4. And over here is potatoes, and they're getting tall enough that I need to start raking some soil up to them. I'm going to bring over some compost and just kind of dump into here and fill it up, cover those up. These I think here are, I don't know, those might be russet potatoes, these 5 or 6. Up to them 2 rocks, and then the rest of them I think are red potatoes. Or it might be vice versa, these might be russets and the rest might be reds. We'll find out when I dig them up, can't quite remember. Okay, in this aisle, this here's the asparagus, and not a lot of it popped up. I'm not real happy. Here's some right here. Don't really know what happened, why more of it didn't come up. I've got another one right about there, and that's about it. There it is right there. So we'll have to replant those next year, but at least I got some started. And this was all rhubarb too. This one is purple something or other, purple passion. This one's German giant or Jersey giant, and then the last one was some white. And there's one that popped up there. So maybe they'll come up. Maybe it's just maybe it's too cold. I know they're wet enough. We'll have to see what happens. That one might be one. Okay. Nothing was planted here in this spot. Okay, on to the beans. Okay, look at what we got here. We got, I don't know, 20 different rows maybe of beans. And I planted all of these beans, most of them right out of the 15 or 16 bean soup bags that you can buy. We got everything from cranberry beans, pinto beans, and kidney beans, red kidney beans, red beans, black beans. These I know these for a fact here are navy beans. I planted 2 rows. I had a ton of those. I think we got some baby limas or butter beans, and I think we got some garbanzo beans here. Take a look at those. And then we've got these are some massive lima beans coming up real good. And then right next to it is some black beans. Take a look at these guys. Come on, focus. Here we go. And some other type of bean and some more different types of beans. And here we go. We got some we got a whole row of lentils. And some more beans of some sort. And then this is the mystery pea. I don't know what it was. It was in one of those soup bags, and I just don't know what kind of pea it was, but there it is. And at the end, we've got some more beans. Not sure what kind. Alrighty. And then in the mounds over here, I've got planted yellow crooked neck squash in one of these edges. The very center row is zucchini, and then the other outer row is yellow squash. There's about 17 hills of each kind, and those are coming up. Here's the zucchini, and here's the other yellow squash. Before we go any further, let me back up and show you that at the end of every single row, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever, I took about a foot of the row, and then I planted cucumbers. So I got tons of cucumbers coming up. I'll probably have more cucumbers than I can eat, and they go all the way up to the very beginning. And this is corn. This is a field corn variety that I got in North Carolina, and I've got some other field corn here that did not come up, and that will have to be replanted. I already tilled it. It was getting a little grassy, as you can tell how the rest of it looks a little grassy. This was all retilled. So I'm going to get some more corn planted in there. I'm going to probably do the Three Sisters garden with the mounds and the hills. I thought I would intermix some beans in with this stuff here, because you see, like, you know, here's a gap. I can put a bean in there, and there's a couple gaps there, so I'll go ahead and put some beans in there. All right. This 7 rows, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rows of corn is double standard sweet corn, and that's looking really good. This little section of corn here from these double rows all the way over to here is popcorn. So, and these will only go down halfway here. So this is all popcorn. And then we've got, I think these are just some regular old bush green beans right here. And then we got kohlrabi and some other cole crops. I'm not sure what they are, but you can kind of see all of these are going to be broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage, and the last row I know was kohlrabi for sure. And then I'm not sure if anything came up in this row. Doesn't look like it. And likewise with this row, a little questionable. Looks like we got some lettuce going on here. Didn't bring my book out with me. This row in its entirety, all the way down to the end, is all the turnips. And then onions. Here is the onions. They're looking really good. And I'll wait till they get quite a bit larger, and then I'll bend them all over so they'll start bulbing out. And then here we got rhubarb, and I've got the area behind the rhubarb planted with radishes, and the area in front of the rhubarb planted with the red leaf lettuce. You can see that coming in right there. Dog tracks, gotta love that. Stuck right on the radishes and right on through. We'll get over there. We got some tomatoes and peppers and stuff going on over there. Here is spinach and Swiss chard and red leaf lettuce. And I don't think I planted anything in that other row. Probably a good spot to plant some more radishes. And peas, stopping at the end of the onions. We switch over to peas. These are little bitty guys compared to the ones that are up in the raised bed garden. Be a nice little comparison. Some strawberries. We've already got about 3 strawberries off of these. Now it's probably all we're going to get because these are June bears. So, oh no, there's another bud. We might get a couple more. I figured I'd get June bears going out here, and up closer to the house I'm going to do some everbears. Let's see here. Here's the tomatoes. They're all doing good. Oh, look at that. We got a lone pea here hanging out next to the tomato. We had a frost. Some of them got a little hit with frost, but I think they'll be all right. See, like this one here. This one looks super strong. This thing's supposed to be a German pink, but it's goofy looking. I don't know. Well, let's see how that turns out. That one's pretty cool looking. And then this was supposed to be kale and carrots, but carrots, very few carrots, far and few between. So I don't know if I'll let them go to maturity or I'll start over. Seems to be a waste of real estate to just have a few carrots popping up. What you saw here was gourds and melons, and at the end of every single row on this end, like I did the other end was cucumbers, and at the end of this row is all melons, because this is a little bit lower and has a much higher water content. So figured I'd get them down in the water. We've got 3 different rows of potatoes: white, red, and yellow. And then we've got oh come on guy, what is it, sorghum coming up here. And it's kind of hard to tell because it looks like grass, because it is a grass, but there's one right there. And if you look, there's another one, and then there's another one, and then there's another one, and there's another one. So this is Mennonite sorghum. And these 3 rows, 1, 2, 3 rows. And I have broomcorn sorghum up here in these rows, and it is coming up as well. You can see it right there, in there, in there, and so on and so forth. And again in this row. I've got some sorghum planted over there too, a little different variety. So I got 3 different varieties of sorghum. Here's the other end of the double standard sweet corn. More melons, all sorts of different melons. We got orange glow melons, and we got sugar baby, I think they're called watermelon, and cantaloupe, and some exotic stuff from rareseeds.com that I got. So alright, so this is the other end of the area that has nothing planted in it yet. And to tell you the truth, everybody in lower Michigan that I've seen, they're getting their stuff planted right about now. It's Memorial weekend, and I've seen more people working on their garden this weekend than I have the entire time I've been working on mine. But I'm already ahead of everybody, so it's looking pretty sweet. And then here is the flax. Check it out. Flax. And that's looking really sweet. Coming up good. Looking forward to playing around with some flax. Save some seed. And that's probably, you know, I don't know how much seed I'm going to get out of it. Probably not to sustain, you know, making bread and, you know, for food. But I can probably turn, that was how many, that was like 3 pounds of seed it took to plant that. And that's approximately 75 feet by probably about 10 feet. And I just broadcast all that with my hand. Alright, let's go down to the other end. Oh yeah, look what the guy delivering wood chips did. He got stuck. I had to pull him out with the Alice Chalmers tractor. Alright, so the reason I planted all my viney type things, I've got enough real estate to let them go out on the ground, and I like to grow things up, but when you got this much room, it doesn't really matter. It's kind of a waste of time, I think, and energy to try to grow things up when you can just plant it out and let it go. But I put them on the end so that they can partially grow in and partially grow out. They can grow into the edge of the garden, and they can grow out in the grass and have plenty of room to sprawl without getting shaded out by anything. Oh, you know what? Back here, horseradish is doing good. We got some peppers going. There's a little bitty pepper right there. Pepper there. Peppers all over. Got some onions growing right here. Got some more asparagus. This is the asparagus I planted with the seeds. And then there's one, and then there's another one. They're a little tender, guys. So this is Mary Washington here. So what we had was a frost, and that's why all these sticks are in here. What we did is the day of the frost, we went over to the wood pile and just chopped a bunch of twigs and sticks and stuck them in the ground, and then we just draped tarps and plastic over everything and used the rocks here to weight the edges and corners down. And that's how we protected our crop from the frost. And I'd have done a video, but I was a bit hurry trying to get all that covered up and saved. You see what happens when you get a first-year garden. And look at all that grass. That's horrible. But that's why I got the wood chips. More tomatoes. I'm not going to go over all the varieties because I'm not sure what they are on this end anyway. But kind of excited. We got some mammoth sunflowers, and they're planted from here all the way to the other end. Yeah, get these cleaned up. This is from our frost or it was about a week ago, I guess. More tomatoes, 53 plants altogether, I believe I have in tomatoes. Then I got a nice big space. I'm going to back up a minute. See what I did is I planted like varieties. 1, 2, 3, 4. I planted like 5 varieties, and then I left a space. Instead of having, they're about every 3 feet apart, rather than having another one there, I just left this aisle clear. So that will help me to determine which where one variety stops and another one starts. So I've got some tomato plants that are nice and big, like these guys out here. And then you got these little bitty guys right here. They'll all catch up with each other. Got peppers, bell peppers, all sorts of different colors of bell peppers. Little sweets. These are little sweets right here. And then these three are hot peppers. And then I think we got a couple of jalapeno peppers up here. And we got some cherry tomatoes growing on. Oh, there's some different types of cherry tomatoes going on here. And then these two sunflowers come from A World for Change, Wayne Metter. And then all the rest of these sunflowers, they all came from rareseeds.com. And here's some more cole crops. I had some plants and I just needed to get them in the ground, so I stuck them wherever I could. And then we got some popcorn planted here. I don't know if it's going to come up. And then we got the sorghum planted in this aisle, and I'm not sure if it'll come up, but time will tell. And then I think that's it. I think we covered everything in this garden. I started pruning back the there's a compost pile. Neighbors brought over a bunch of leaves and stuff today. Oh, you know what? There's another little garden over there. Got some tomatoes and some watermelon, stuff like that over there. Started trimming back this mess. There was a pile of unwanted tree. I think this was an ash tree, and it was blocking out our raspberries. So I wanted to get that squared away so that we get more raspberries. Should have done it before they bloomed, but they're probably going to do all right now that I got them all cleared out and they can see the sunlight. Now I have to get chainsaw in there and whack all that mess out. Pear trees. Let's check out the pears. Pears are coming in nice. I'm not sure what kind of pears these are. These are not your nice big fat Bartlett pears. These are a little more like a handball, and they're a little bit harder, but I think they'll make good juices. Make a good juice. There's an awful lot of pears in that. Before my battery dies, the other pear tree. Here's a peach tree. I think that got hit by the frost. That's not looking too good. Concord grapes are doing good. White grapes are doing good. Trying to get up here to the raised bed garden. There's a mulberry tree intermixed with a lilac. Lilacs are just now starting to die out. They were blooming hard. Smell real pretty. And got a snowball bush here. Got some more grapevines. Here's the heart of them, and they're coming out the edges. I potted some up. I did a video on that. So got a bunch of lettuce planted back in here. There's a bunch more type of lettuce back in there. And then over here, remember the peas out back? They weren't nothing but 4 or 5 inches tall. Look at these. They're about 1.5 feet tall. Turnips, cole crops, and peas, more cauliflower, broccoli, that sort of thing, onions, and more peas, Swiss chard, green beans, or green onions, and those are looking really good. Then we got some butter crunch lettuce and some leaf lettuce and some fire red lettuce or something like that. Kale, carrots. Oh, there's a whole pile of carrots over here. Looks like I got to plant some more radishes or something there. And we got some more Swiss chard. Oh, look at that. Here's the bed. I intermixed radishes, and oh, look at that one. That one blew itself out. A little bit too old. Left them in too long. But I intermixed planting the carrots and radishes together. And I did that just to get them in the bed, and then I did a little research, and people have done this to help break up the ground for the carrots to come through. But it worked out pretty slick, because now look, I already got one crop out of there, and now there's still enough room for the carrots to grow in there. So I think I'll take them in the house and clean them all up for supper. Then we got some spinach, some more peas, a bunch more radishes, and some yellow onions. But there's the raised beds up front. We got some flowers coming in, some peonies, yuccas. Is that a yucca? No, that's not a yucca. I thought there was yuccas out here somewhere. Maybe, no, I don't know. Maybe that's what maybe that's the yucca. This looks like sweet pea or something. See that? Looks like sweet pea growing in there. Oh yeah, there is a yucca right here. I thought there was a yucca out here. It's kind of covered up. I have to get in here and get some of the grass out. Then we got sweet peas growing in there too. Cool. And then over here we got some more peonies. Got some rhubarb popping up. And check this out. We got here's all my leftovers. I'll get to that in a minute. Here's a volunteer watermelon, I think. Yeah, that bugger started out. I said, well, we're gonna keep them. It's below the canopy of the trees here, so I don't know how well that's gonna do. Oh, you know what? This is a mulberry tree. I want to show you what the mulberries look like. Let's get up close. Come on, girl, focus. There we go. There, look at all the mulberries. So how I'm going to harvest these, I'll do a video on that, but I'll lay a sheet down on the ground, tarp, whatever I got, something big, and then I'll go ahead and climb up the tree, and I'll get in there and I'll just shake the living kazoo out of it, and they'll all fall down, and we'll put them in buckets and sort them out. There's your frog. But these are all the leftovers. A lot of leftover plants, peppers. That's all rhubarb. I'm going to spread that around the yard. Tomatoes, more tomatoes. Alright guys, well thanks for watching. I'll leave you on this nice pretty flower that the wife got, and we will talk at y'all in the next video. Thanks for watching. I hope you liked the update on the garden.